right.
Wasn't that a great commercial? You should totally buy that thing. That was just advertised to you, unless you have ad block.
In which case, suck my dick. Okay, so we saw the first movie we went to go see was Risen, which has to do with the birth of Christianity, and then we ended it with The Witch that can show how aspects of it can go horribly wrong.
That's what I was thinking too. Well, if Risen made me a Christian,
I'm not for a theocracy. No, so Risen is the new faith-based movie that is put out by Sony and Affirm Films, two of the million companies that help put out War Room. This is the one where it's Joseph Fiennes, who is put in charge of finding Jesus' missing body after it's disappeared from the tomb. And actually, it's not that bad of a movie.
yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's basically what you get from the trailer. More or less. Like, if you're kind of sold on the trailer, you'll probably like the movie, because there's nothing they've really hidden from you much from the trailer. You can pretty much guess how the movie's gonna end. But I like this movie is directed by Kevin Reynolds, who made one of my favorite movies of the 90s, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And he's made this kind of like old school kind of sword and sandal Jesus movie, like The Robe or something like that. And I like how the first half of this movie is kind of like a police procedural film.
Yeah, it kind of is, actually.
Like if Pontius Pilate was the grumpy chief.
Yeah, and Tom Felton's like the newbie. And
Yeah, Tom Felton
playing
is
a
his
character
new
named
partner.
Lucius, which
Yeah.
I appreciated.
Yeah, he plays Joseph Fiennes. He's like, Pilate's like, all right, Clavius, you go out there, you find the body of Christ. Oh, by the way, I'm giving you a new partner. Get out there on the streets. Like, there's actually some pretty good lines in this movie.
There are, yeah.
Like, the Jewish guys come in and they're like, you can't burn the body. That's against our religion. Pilate's like, yeah, it's the Sabbath and you're working, so what do you care?
I do like the part later where he's like, can we please just handle this before the band of raving Jews show up? And they're like arriving behind him.
Yeah. I'm sorry, did Irving write this?
They also, like, the two guards, that he realizes that like they've been fed a story because they refer to both of them refer to the disciples as a band of rabid Jews.
Yeah. Right?
Apparently all of them are in bands and they're just either raging or rabid, one of the two.
Look, Clavius, I got Tiberius up my ass. I'm getting phone calls every day. You need to deliver this body of Christ before they start their own religion. God damn it. So they're beating down doors. They're trying to find the disciples. They're trying to piece together, like, I don't know. I guess somebody stole this body. We got like 2 days to find this body or it's gonna rot and we won't recognize it. At one point, they just straight up just get another dead body and he brings it to Pilate and is like, look, are you gonna know the difference after a couple of days? Let's just call it a day and go home. That reminds me of, we made a movie, I don't think, maybe Mike has a copy of it, but I don't think it exists anymore, where we made a biblical film one time.
Oh.
And it was like, there was no script, it was ad-libbed, it was like 30 minutes, we did it in a night. And the plot was that Mike played Jesus, and we were his 3 disciples, because there was only 4 of us in this. And we're having the Last Supper, which we filmed at a picnic table in the park, and we're walking along with Jesus, and we've got like white t-shirts and like blankets around us, and Jesus accidentally falls down like a hill and accidentally dies before he's supposed to go on the cross. So, oh no shenanigans, what are we gonna do? Like, so we have to find somebody else named Jesus to swap him out. This whole thing was being narrated by Buford, by the way, who starts out in the park in this like safari outfit, like, here's what really happened. It was called Stairwell 3. Jesus Christ. That is practically the same movie as this.
Yes, exactly.
The Last Supper had cans of Dr. Pepper. In our movie, not this movie.
Well, you don't actually see the Last Supper in this movie.
No, you don't.
He's pretty dead by the time
He's
we get
very
there.
dead. He's very dead by the time you see him. Really, like, I mean, okay, you know where this movie is going when you see it, but honestly, Clavius figures shit out probably halfway into this movie when he just goes into the room that the disciples in, and there's Jesus, and it's played by Cliff Curtis. I'll get to that in a little bit, but like, so the disciples in this are great because they're basically a bunch of hippies. Like,
And Bartholomew especially.
Bartholomew might as well have been played by T.J. Miller. Like, seriously. Like, they're interrogating Bartholomew, and I'm like, is the twist of this movie gonna be they all dropped acid and think they saw the ghost of their dead friend and built a religion out of it? This could go one of two ways. One is Christianity, the other's the Manson family. Like, this could go several different directions. So,
I liked Bartholomew. He was cute.
no, I liked him too. He was great. When he leaves, you just expect him to go outside and start playing hacky sack.
It's like, you tell me where they are, like, I'll make sure you're protected. And he's like, give me your word. And he's like, my word. And he's like, all right. And he like walks up to him really dramatically and just leans in, and then like this gigantic like dorky smile. They're everywhere, man.
The disciples are everywhere, man. Holy shit. Like, seriously, dude. I saw Jesus smoke this shit. You'll see him too.
And then he's like leaving all cheerful and gives them this like wave.
That's kind of how Jesus is in this movie too. Cliff Curtis as Jesus in this, maybe one of my favorite Jesuses in any movie ever. Like, it makes sense this band of hippies have stuck to this dude, because that is totally what he is. It's like, I think I've seen this guy as like an extra at the end of The Apple. And so like, it's like they're on their way to Woodstock. That's where they're going. It's the one Jesus where any minute now you expect him to say something like, man, it's all good. Like, seriously.
He kind of does.
He sort of does when Clavius says to him, like, I was there when you died.
Oh, then he actually, because like when Clavius first finds him, like this dude Thomas like pushes his way in, and he's like crying, and he's like, I'm so sorry, and Jesus is like, why are you sorry? And he's like, because I left you to die, and he's like, it's all right.
It's all right. I'm Jesus, and I'm just all right with me. Want to smoke some of this St. Mary? One toke over the line. It's so good. Like, when Clavius says, like, I was there when you died. I saw it all. And you expect Jesus to just go like, dude, that was like days ago. Bless you. Bless you, my son. I don't know if you heard that. Someone sneezed outside.
I think it was Rachel.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It sounded like it was coming from your Anchorman poster. I feel like I'm high as hell just talking about this movie. Oh, yeah, that was Rachel. Unless she's getting sympathy sneezes.
From Anchorman.
Yeah, from Anchorman. This all makes sense to me.
No, like, honestly, like, watching this movie, I'm like, this is, like, growing up, this is honestly kind of how I pictured Jesus. Like, when
Totally.
people would, like, look at me and be like, Jesus hates gay people and shit, I'm like, I feel like Jesus probably doesn't, I feel like Jesus is probably just a really chill guy,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, I feel like,
I'm
like,
chill,
like, I
man.
would be like, Jesus, I'm, like, so super gay, dude. And he would be like, dude, that's so chill. Like, that's awesome, man.
That's chill, man. Look, I know that you were there when I was crucified. That was like days ago.
You gotta stop living in the past, Clavius. We got tons of fish here. You stay right here. I'm gonna go heal this leprosy dude. Just relax, man.
I did really like the scene where they were like, "What is it?" And they pull it up and they're just like, "It's fish!"
Oh my god! Fish! I like how Jesus was kind of a dick and just let him sit out there the entire night before he gave him fish. Dude, I'm just messing with you. Come on to the shore. I got some killer fucking shit over here. So,
No, like honestly, like I really genuinely, like non-ironically loved the portrayal of Jesus in this movie.
I did too. I just genuinely love Cliff Curtis. And aside from being like 1,000 times more appropriate to play Jesus than most other actors who do play Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly, in any other movie, it would have been Joseph Fiennes playing Jesus.
Yeah. Or Tom Felton.
Yeah, or Tom Felton. No, he would have been the snake.
Was there a snake?
There was in Passion of the Christ, which is word for word the Bible. No, like, the portrayal of Jesus in this is great because it's kind of a while before you hear him kind of say some stuff, like, in the background, but when he's actually having a conversation with somebody, it's kind of a while into him being in the movie, and before then, it's just kind of like him just going, dude, right on, man. Just, like, smiling, like, yeah, my ass ain't dead. And I left my swaddling cloth so some idiot and his jackass brother-in-law can talk about it in the car.
As swaddling cloth came up, we were like, it's the true villain!
I never saw that whole swaddling cloth thing.
Because you're sane.
No, like, the movie, actually, it doesn't stick around any longer than it needs to. It's only about an hour and 40-minute movie. It is a pretty quick sit, which is good because I could see somebody trying to stretch this to like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and that would not have worked.
Yeah, like honestly, like this, I honestly really genuinely dug this movie. Like,
No, I liked
really,
it.
really liked this movie, and like it honestly was just like, I do like Christian movies that are actually Christian and not just necessarily like about literally Christ, though this was, but like just actually showing him being nice to people and like doing nice things for people rather than like I don't know, I'm just like I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with
I
that.
know exactly where
Like-
you're going with it, and I've said it before, and which is like it is nice to see a movie like this that is actually about Christianity as opposed to going to see. I'm only guessing. I mean, one of the trailers we got was God's Not Dead 2, which is probably going to be just as fucking hateful as the first one was.
I disagreed with everyone. Like, I don't think she did anything wrong, but at the same time, like, I don't think that, like, separation of church and state in schools is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
she answered a student's question, and then they wanted her ass, and then, like, but then the school was wrong for not letting them pray.
oh, well, don't worry. In the first one, they demonized atheists and Muslims, so they'll demonize several more people in this one, all in the name of Christian persecution.
Like,
It'll be great.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie where, like, I was like, you're just all wrong. Like, every single one of you is
you
wrong.
need to see some more Pure Flix movies.
I've seen a few.
Yeah, like, this movie is not the ridiculous shit like Pure Flix or War Room or any of that crap. This movie, like I mean, the movie honestly could have worked as a TV movie. I don't know if I could justify shelling out full price to the theatrical experience of this movie, but I could be like, it would, if you want to see it in a theater, it's absolutely worth a matinee. I mean, it's a good enough film.
I'd recommend seeing it in theaters. But like,
I don't think it's necessary to see it in theaters.
I don't think it's
but-
necessary, but like, if you're interested in seeing it, I wouldn't be like, I'd wait until you can watch it.
No, if you're
online.
interested in seeing it, if you're sold on the trailer, you'll like the movie. The trailer's a very good representation of the movie.
I was kind of wishy-washy on the trailer. I really liked this movie.
Were you? Oh, from the trailer, I was like, that actually could be fairly interesting.
I was like, that might be fine. Like, that was my like, I really like this movie. I really do. It's like, I'm also really glad that I can say I really liked a Christian movie. Like,
There's been a couple where I've been like, or maybe I didn't. Okay, I wasn't. Little Boy wasn't that great of a movie, but I was like, at least that movie is about being a good Christian. Captive was all right. I mean,
Captive was good. Like, I mean, Captive was good, but like, I feel like it, like, not that it wasn't a Christian movie, but like, I liked it a lot more because they didn't like beat in the, because I think I said in the review, like, I was expecting, like, she reads him the book, he's really touched because of the Lord, and then just lets her go.
Yeah.
You know, like, I thought it would be a lot more heavy-handed than it was, and so like, when I found out that I was gonna be reviewing this one, like, I really wanted it to be good because I really wanted to give a good review to a Christian movie, and like, I'm not giving it a good review because I just wanted to give a good review. Like, if it was bad, I'd say it's bad.
I think we've proven at this point, like, if one of these movies is bad, we have no problem with saying that it's bad.
Yeah.
And from when I was like, they got like Joseph Fiennes in this, they got a fairly decent cast. It might be hell, I think it's the same cinematographer shot Passion of the Christ. Like, it might be an alright movie. Which, honestly, Joseph Fiennes is probably one of my least favorite parts of the movie, because it really seemed like he was sleepwalking like shit through this.
Yeah.
Like, not that he's bad, but it was like, he seems like he's doing this for a paycheck. Like, they could have gotten somebody in this who would probably, who would probably have shown a bit more emotion than he does in the film. Hell, honestly, like, just get, like, Draco Malfoy to play him. Malfoy had this fucking look on his face through the whole movie, like someone just hot sauce thumb up his ass, and he's like, through the whole movie.
He kind of is. Yeah.
Let him play the lead. Give it to him.
Or like, honestly, like, a lot of the, like, even the really incidental characters, like, I don't even remember his name, like, the dude who was, like, snitching on people for money.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah, everyone else is fine in the movie. The disciple.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think he would have been a perfectly fine
that he would have.
choice, too.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, everyone else really kind of seemed like either they did want to be in this movie or they were at least good in their role. Joseph Fiennes really seemed like, I would rather be doing anything else than this movie. It didn't make it a lesser film by any means, but a much stronger lead, and I like him as an actor, but
I do too, yeah.
a much stronger lead performance could have.
Like, just swap out some of the roles, maybe. Like, keep him in the movie, but maybe have him play, like, Informer.
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name.
It was Informer. Played by 90s pop star Snow. I rarely get to throw out a Snow reference. That's my quota for the year. So you would recommend seeing it in theater?
Oh, hell yeah.
I would say, like, you go see it as, like, a matinee. If you ask me, like, what should you see, The Witch or this, I would say The Witch, but it'd be like, well, wait, if you don't like horror movies, go see.
Yeah.
I don't know what next. Oh, I think next week is Gods of Egypt. Which I think
They were all white. Spoilers.
So, Risen had very mixed cast, meaning there wasn't, like, some people were white and British, some were dark skinned, some seemed like they're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
It was a collective of a bunch of different people from all over, just in this one central area. That was kind of funny. That made it feel a little old school.
I mean, at least Jesus wasn't played by a
That's
blonde
true.
white
That's
dude.
very true. Yeah. The Cliff Curtis casting was was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we like all of the white stuff and Gods of Egypt next week. I am going to be so tired seeing that movie next week because I'll basically be getting right off the train in Springfield and going to the theater to see that of all movies. Great. All right, so that's coming up next week. See you then.